Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. And well, last night here in the UK we put our clocks back. Yes, we gain an extra hour, but of course the 5 o'clock becomes 4 o'clock, so it gets darker really early. And well, the plants that are left need looking after. They need to be hopefully get through the winter months. I've been doing some pruning here on the allotment, so my roses have gone down. I'm about to look at my raspberries because they can now, the ones that have finished, be pruned right back to the floor. There's still lots to do, lots of tidying up. As you can see, I've started here. I'm putting bits of mulch down here now, stuff that can just go in over winter. And well, this has been double dug already, so hopefully that'll break down more over the winter months. It's great to have you on board. And well, once again, welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. You know the drill. I hope you sat lovely, comfortably warm, feet up, nice cuppa, and enjoy today's show. Well, here I am next to one of my pumpkins, and by gum, it doesn't half weigh a ton. And well, it's doing really well. I've cut all the leaves off now and really stripped back them, so hopefully they'll turn a lovely orange by, well, Halloween, which is actually only in a couple of days time, so these probably won't, but they still can be carved and be cut and be used afterwards. Now, the very important thing is, after Halloween, when you've discarded your pumpkins and you don't want to use them for cooking, so you're not making anything out of them, and you think, I'll just give them to the wildlife, I'll give them to nature, and well, I'll take them to my local woods and throw them on the floor or leave them outside in the garden. Please don't do that, because they aren't hedgehog friendly. In fact, many varieties of animals do not like pumpkin. It doesn't do them any good. If you're going to put them out at all, put them up into a tree safely, so that when it starts to rot and well, really go all squidgy and mushy before the birds have a chance to eat them, put them on some sort of platform, so again it doesn't fall to the ground and the hedgehogs don't eat them. As I say, keep them off the floor, preserve your wildlife, and they're really important. Don't just pop into a local wood and think, oh, I'll give it to the local wildlife, they'll love it. No, they won't. You'll end up killing them, and we don't want that. So, severe warning about your pumpkins, get them off the floor. Fabulous. In front of me here I have some sprouts. And well, they've been struggling, but they're here, they're coming through actually. And here I have 3 baby plants, and they're going to go out. I can even put those out now over winter, just to keep the soil, add some more nutrients to the soil. These have survived, they're going well. They need to get out of this now and be put into the ground here. Can you sow things at this time of year? So we're in November now, in a couple of days time. Well, some people say you can start putting peas out. You can overwinter peas, leeks, shallots, onions. You can set those out if you like. But you know what? I'm not doing any of that this year. I'm going to try and just add lots and lots of nutrients this year over my soil area, and then look at what we can do next year. Again, moving lots of things around. Behind me here, I have my strawberry plants, and well, they're trying to escape, some of them. I have one here, and well, it's forming new leaves. In fact, they've gone into the ground behind me, so I need to get those out and put them into pots. We've got lots of runners happening, and in fact, some of the runners are actually producing roots in the air, trying to find the ground that they can grow in. And so these are going to be cut back in a moment or two, and we can harvest through those. But yes, get your pumpkins off the ground, and it's a matter of tidying up. I have been tidying my greenhouse out, and we'll go over there now, and I'll talk about what's happened over there and what needs to happen now as we approach the winter months. Well, as I say, I've been clearing my greenhouse out that had my butternut squash plants in, and of course my loofahs. And we also had 2 pepper plants, which actually grew really tall. They were just attacked. I didn't have much slug defence in there. But yes, so I've learnt a lesson, of course, and it's always good to learn lessons, is to, well, I think dedicate an area to one specific plant. I've put 3 in there this year, and well, I suppose 2 of them worked. The butternut squash and the loofahs have come. They aren't loofahs, by the way, or they have not big enough, I don't think, to be able to build their network inside to become a loofah, but they're going to become outside against this wall here, and as you can see, it's really, really sunny. So this, over the winter months, it's going to be cleared out. I know I have my raspberries behind me here, but they'll be fine. I can put a row in front of here and build a frame up to put the loofahs on for next year. And also I think the butternut squash will come outside here as well, because they love the full sunlight. Brilliant. This now needs to dry out, and it's amazing. This is one of my pepper plants. Look at that for rootage. That's incredible, isn't it? And well, they did really well, as you see here. And I did get some more buds off, but the slugs absolutely loved them. I've never successfully grown them before, but this is brilliant. There's some new ones coming here, and well, that's a little fly in my hair, but that's how it goes when you're clearing things out on an allotment. So I will protect my peppers next year, and hopefully a plant like this will get many off. More tidying up to do. Now, what do you do for your greenhouse? How do you make sure that it's ready for next year? Here's a couple of photographs. These are the loofahs, obviously, and they're still there. I'm going to leave them. They may still grow bigger. They are turning, and hopefully eventually they will harden off, both inside and out, and then we'll, fingers crossed, we may get a loofah. I doubt it this season, but onwards and upwards. We're going to try again next year. Once it's all clear, it needs to be washed down. Now you can use a mild soapy water with a little bit of disinfectant in it, only a little bit, not too much, I mean even a teaspoonful, just to get rid of all that lot. And then that will be prepared then for next year. Take everything off the floor, and here's a photograph, because I've got leaves down there, there's all sorts of rotting mould. That'll all come out. This lot is going to be shredded, and then this can be put directly onto here, and that'll just add more sustenance, because there's nothing wrong with this. It's not mouldy, it's not got any diseases with it, it's just green leaves. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Lots of leaves, only 5 butternut squash though. Amazing, isn't it? Oh. Well, it's been great having you here today. But before I go, I'm stood here next to my golden raspberry bush, which is still producing. I have a few lovely autumn roses behind me, beautiful yellow roses, and that really cheers the rabbit up, because the rabbit loves having a little petal off the rose bush. Before I go though, let's pop across to Wakefield to Darren. And I just happened to be in Wakefield last week, and well, he offered me some of this. Look at these pictures. Look at those great bottles filled with a beautiful, beautiful Damson Gin. Yes, Damson Gin, by gum. I only had a small amount. Luckily, I think 2 or 3 of those, and well, your legs would stop, well, it just wouldn't work, and now I can't even talk thinking about it. Oh gosh, it was absolutely magnificent. The problem with it is, it was really sweet, a little like the old-fashioned cough mixture you used to get as kids. Oh, but the thing is with that, it's very, very drinkable. And as I say, I only had 1 small amount. Good luck with that over the winter months. It will really warm the cockles of your heart. But Darren's finishing off again on his allotment, and it's been great to see all the things he's produced this year. And these are his final tomatoes, and he said he's finally cleared his greenhouse of all of the tomatoes he had. In fact, all of the produce within there. He's still got some overwintering cabbage, which is brilliant. Unfortunately, Storm Babette, of which we know here in the allotment, did some damage. It damaged his sprouts, and so he had to take those in and pick those early. His dahlias were damaged, so they had to come in as cut plants. But again, look at this lovely picture of the dahlia. Absolutely beautiful. Now, his sprouts, what do you think he did with his sprouts? Well, he made a sprout salad, and he said it was absolutely fantastic. In fact, who knew, he said. And it's true, who knows? Because, well, sprouts are mini cabbages, aren't they, really? And they do taste really sweet and lovely. I said to Dan, I do like mine fried for the winter, with a little bit of oil, or butter possibly. Butter's better, I think, don't you? A few chestnuts, a little bit of fried bacon. Oh, absolutely magnificent. But you can add sprouts to stews, and you can add them to soups. In fact, speaking of soup, here we go. I've made butternut squash soup out of those 2 butternut squashes I took home. And I have to say, I'm very, very proud of it. I didn't have to go to the shops to buy any of the ingredients, because luckily I'd grown my own garlic, my own shallots, and my own chillies. And of course the butternut squash. The only thing we put in there extra was a vegetable stock cube, a little bit of pepper, and some fresh cream. Yes, cream. I know people like creme fraiche, but I love cream. It's a lot smoother and silkier. And well, Here's the butternut squash all chopped up. Got quite a lot of it, I can tell you. And well, and then here is the finished result. Smooth, creamy, tasty. And you know, because they had a fresh chilies from here, it was really, really quite, you got a really good kick at the end of the soup. Really beautiful stuff. I'm going to make it again. I've got 2 more little ones. Won't be able to make as much as I did last time. I had a pan full of soup. In fact, I think I had about 2 jugs. So what's that, about 3 litres of soup from the blender. Just absolutely brilliant out of those 2 butternut squashes. You just add, and of course you put a bit of water in. I think it was like 1200 ml, 1200 of water to add to the butternut squash. It was a little thick, but I like that. Really wintry. So yeah, very, very simple recipe, but really, really tasty. Oh, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Thank you for Darren for your input. And it's great because you've been not only doing growing, you've been preserving. So you've been pickling, you've been making pestos, you've had chopped chilies, dried chilies, all sorts of things going on in your little jars. And look at that, absolutely stunning results. I look forward next season to seeing everybody's photos once again. Thank you for all of your contributions this summer. From Canada we've had, from New Zealand, Australia, Wakefield. Just absolutely brilliant. Well, I'll see you next time here. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know what I'm talking about next season for. Hopefully with a nice cleared allotment and more saved strawberries for next year. Ta-ra for now.